Hi and welcome to Chat Central. Today we're going to be talking to a very dynamic and musically gifted couple. The husband is known as the world's ghazal and tabla wizard, and the wife is an extremely talented Kathak dancer. If you haven't guessed already, they are also the co-founders of Mushtari Begum Festival that's running in its fourth year in 2015. Please welcome Cassius Khan and his lovely wife Amika. Welcome guys.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to come to Chat Central.
Thank you so much for taking the time out for us.
Absolutely. So Cassius, starting with you, a lot of us already know that you are a magnificent tabla player.
Oh, thank you.
But a lot of us don't know that you're the only one who can sing a ghazal and play tabla simultaneously.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, actually how it worked out was when I was young, learning music from my gurus. So my Chacha ji, Rukhsar Ali Khan Sahab, he wanted me to learn tabla because I had natural affinity to it. And then I also could sing. So his sister Mushtari Begum wanted me to learn vocal. So I wanted to do both. So I always had trouble playing harmonium. And but I had no trouble whatsoever playing the tabla and singing before. So they used to look at me in awe and they're like, how can you do that? And so they said, you know what, work on this because nobody else can do it, so you should work on it. So then that became my lifelong goal, is to perfect it. You know, I'm still not there, but to perfect how to play the tabla and sing at the same time without myself sounding like one person. It should sound like two people separately.
Wow.
So that's
That's
a work in
definitely an acquired
progress.
skill.
Yeah.
Amika, you are a trained Kathak dancer. And I've had the privilege personally to witness you two perform together. And it was quite amusing to see the chemistry that you both have as performers. So tell us a little bit about that. Do you guys practice a lot, or it's just a gift?
It's a little bit of both. When we first met each other, we used to do a lot of music together because we were discovering our friendship at the time. Me playing harmonium while he's singing, and then I would teach him Kathak compositions that he could learn on tabla. So there was an initial phase where we would always be playing music. And then as we became more and more comfortable, I think that became natural. And after 9 years of marriage, plus more of us knowing each other, it's not so much the practice. We don't call it really practice. It's just maybe we should try something, or we should try this out.
That's
it works out, yeah.
Yeah, it's all about just having you two together and just trying different things, and it comes out beautiful.
That's right. I mean, we can look at each other and know what we're thinking. Even if we're watching a concert and something happens on stage that was really nice, we'll automatically look at each other and we know exactly what the other one is
And even
thinking.
if we used to sit, you know, sometimes if I'm sitting here and she's sitting on the other side, so there are certain nuances in a concert, and we would both look at each other from across the room and eyes
And
would
just
always
look at
meet.
each other and
And
just,
we
did
would
you
know.
notice?
And I don't know why, you just kind of see who you think also understands. And
Absolutely.
it's been with us the whole time.
That's wonderful. I think all couples sort of go for that, that chemistry and that understanding.
Yes.
So, talking about the Mushtari Begum Festival.
Yes.
Now, I do know this is the fourth year that the festival is going to be running, and you guys founded the festival in 2012, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
So, tell us a little bit about that.
The Mushtari Begum Festival, we, of course, I'll go into the political part here. Classical musicians in this country, Canada, are not well supported. Even if we are applying for folk festivals, you know, they basically put everybody in one category, and that's world music. So they have like so many hundreds of genres of rock music, like 222, then they've got like 23 different genres of blues music. But everybody else is categorized in the world music. So it could be Japanese person, it could be an Indonesian person, it could be an Indian person, but we're all in the same category. So that means less work for world musicians. As a result of that, I decided that, you know, we should have a festival, and we should be supporting the practitioners of Indian classical music. And that's how this began. When it came to the name, I didn't know, but I went to Mushtari Begum's grave and I asked for blessings. And then I looked at her headstone and I said, you know what, I'm going to call this a Mushtari Begum Festival because you were a great individual, you had fine taste in music, and you were so knowledgeable and such a beautiful person. And I want to name this festival after you.
Beautiful.
Hence the Mushtari Begum Festival was born.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about your experience in the last 3 years with the festival.
We'd like to talk about that.
I'll start. We really didn't know what we were getting into, actually, when we started it. We knew what we wanted to do, but we had to take a lot of small steps to learn how to get there. And the first year was the toughest year, where we were getting contacts, networking, knowing where to go, how to do things. But over the last 4 years, I think we have had more practice, and the things that were initially rocky are now smoothed
down a little
out.
bit.
But every year is a learning
I think it just gets
experience.
easier.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes.
I don't know if it gets easier. It becomes different every year. It's never the same challenges.
Yeah, and you learn to accept it and just mingle with it on the go. So Cassius, I know that you are one of the most recognizable Indian classical musicians in Canada. What do you think classical music as a role plays in transitioning and bridging the cultures?
Well, classical music, of course, is the oldest form of music in our culture, and a lot of people do say that also in the world. Classical music, of course, if you look at the time of the Ramayana or whatever, it goes back almost 1.7 million years. That's where they believe the first drum around that time was created, even longer than that. So therefore, the Pakawaj was born. So classical music has been with us for time eternal, and everything in our lives has to do with music and has to do with rhythm. We cannot take one step without rhythm. We cannot distinguish sounds without the music of wind or rain or whatever. So it does play an integral role for us. However, I think in today's society, I think even if you look at the Indian society, the support system has gone less for classical music, and it should be there, because classical music is good for your mind, your body, and your soul.
Absolutely.
And you need that.
And that's where our heritage, and that's where the musical heritage is too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, well, thank you so much for those beautiful insights, both of you. And we are actually looking forward to the Mushtari Begum Festival happening in September.
Yes, the Mushtari Begum Festival is happening on September 26th at the Massey Theatre at 6 p.m. So we have some great musicians that are coming in to perform. If I have a few seconds, I can just tell you who's
Absolutely,
performing.
by all means.
Yes, so we're very lucky that we have a Carnatic music group coming in from Edmonton. The gentleman is from Chennai actually, and he's just here on studies. His name is Kaushik Sivaramakrishnan, and he's actually a gold medal violinist, and he's brilliant. So alongside with him, my student Abhishek Iyer will be playing the mridangam with him. And then we have another young, gifted, talented person that is in Vancouver also studying. His name is Sharanjit Singh Mann. He's a sitar player. He's also very well known and very capable. And then of course we have Davinder Nandhari, which everybody knows. Who everybody knows. He's the Tar Shanai and Dilruba player that lives here, and he's very talented. So we're very lucky to have him. And of course, Amika is dancing Kathak.
Nice.
And Kirti Arneja is going to be performing as well, alongside with me in my ghazal tabla set. And of course, everybody knows Kirti. She's the young dynamic
singer.
And so I'm very happy that we'll be showcasing her as well.
Absolutely. What a dynamic group of talented individuals and musicians. No, definitely, we're going to urge the community to come out and support this beautiful festival of classical music and dance.
Thank you. Yes, we need the support. So.
Absolutely. And good luck and best wishes to the both of you and the festival.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for watching Chat Central.